Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're going to do some more cruising and some more boozing. This time we're going to be heading out to Mexico. We're heading out on the Ruby Princess out of San Francisco. We're going to be gone for about 10 days. So welcome aboard. Let's go see what fun we can get into. As we departed San Francisco, it was a gorgeous day. Had a little bit of marine layer as we headed out to go past the Golden Gate Bridge. And as we went under the Golden Gate Bridge, we waved goodbye for now and headed out to the Pacific. Of course, we had to settle in for a martini and a Manhattan before dinner, of course. And then with dinner, we had to have some Caymus wine at Sabatini's with our dinner at Sabatini's. A little espresso with dessert at the end to enjoy a beautiful night on the seas. Next morning was beautiful sunrise. We had quite a few days at sea, 3 days before reaching our first port to enjoy the ship. So we had wine with our dinner every night, and of course we had a little port wine with dessert. Beautiful evenings and days at sea. Just absolutely gorgeous weather on our way to Mexico to enjoy. As we enjoyed another beautiful day at sea, we did get to enjoy a Michelada bar and crooners. It was nice and quiet in the mornings, not so many people running around, so I took some pictures of the Ruby. You can get some fresh flowers delivered to your room or loved one. And as we enjoyed our sea days, which were absolutely spectacular, we had to enjoy a Manhattan, a vodka soda occasionally here and there. Just a beautiful time sailing. The weather was absolutely spectacular. Sunsets and sunrises, absolutely gorgeous. This is a beautiful sunset to end our final day before arriving in Manzanillo. Of course, had to have another beverage there and some Caymus wine with dinner. So here we are arriving in Manzanillo. It was an extremely warm day, very humid. But we did get off the ship for a very short period of time. We just wandered into the pier. It's a little different there, kind of an industrialized pier. But the town's not very far away. Got to see the big giant blue marlin, of course, the big main attraction there in Manzanillo. Did a little shopping down the streets, a couple main streets there. Not much to do locally right there in Manzanillo. You'd have to get a taxi or transport to take you around to the other side of the bay. We decided to just head back to the ship after a short period to get back on the ship and enjoy the sanctuary at the front of the ship, where we could just sit down and relax, have a beverage, and some peace and quiet. Our next day, we arrived into Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta we've been to many a times. But we did get off the ship for a short period of time and went ashore to this little shopping area close by at the pier. Then we decided to walk down the street to the Galleria Mall, did a little shopping there. And then on our way back, we saw this wonderful guy sitting under the front of the car there. I got back on board the ship, very quiet, not very many people around, everybody wandering around. So we had a couple margaritas and got ready to enjoy our next port of call, that of Mazatlan. And when you arrive in Mazatlan, you had to take these trams into the pier area. And this is the pier area. There's quite a few little shops to take your dollars there, which we did participate in that. And then we also wandered out to, they have an area in the square for some music and libations. So we sat down at this area and had a margarita and a beer. A beer, yes, I had a beer. And then we headed back to the ship and headed on board to enjoy an Aperol and Hugo Spritz. And that evening, we enjoyed a new thing. It's called the Frescobaldi dinner on board. They have this up in Sabatini's. It's a specialized dinner, special menu, prefix set. They have their own olive oil, and it was an interesting meal, of course, some good food, but we did think that it's not something that we would do again in the future for us. At the end, we had a little bit of espresso, some grappa, and then we got ready for our next port of call, which was Cabo San Lucas. Cabo San Lucas is a tender pier, which we tendered over, wandered up the pier a ways, and there in Cabo we were having a fiesta that we were hosting for our group that we had on board. We had full mariachis, we had food, a nice covered area with a view, and this is a little bit of the group that we had on board for this sailing. They enjoyed the live mariachi music, and then we got to head back to the tenders and head back to the ship to get on board for a beautiful sail away to say goodbye to Cabo that evening. What a gorgeous evening it was. Nice, cool, but yet warm, with some beautiful views of Cabo as we sailed away. The ship was definitely a little quiet that evening. We got to enjoy another wonderful dinner with our Caymus wine. And then we had some comedy and enjoyed some of the Halloween decorations that they began to put around the ship. The next day we had a beautiful morning at sea. Had the Halloween decorations there by the International Cafe, which were quite interesting. Our last evening on board we enjoyed at the Crown Grill, beautiful dessert to welcome ourselves back in the morning to San Francisco to disembark and say goodbye to the Ruby Princess once and for all for this trip. Hope you enjoyed this snippet of our trip, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cruising for a boozing, we're shaking up fun. From the tiki bar to the pool deck, we're second to none.